Good afternoon, guys. Today is Monday the 8th of September, so it's been about 2 weeks since I've posted a video on the 0 to 10k a month challenge. First of all, I want to say that I apologize for that, but at the same time, I have been very sick. I have not worked on the business at all. I was in hospital for a couple days. If you don't believe me, let me pull up my camera roll. Yeah, my ass was laying in a hospital bed for a couple of days, so it was pretty rough. I had like tonsillitis, so I literally couldn't talk without it hurting. So I couldn't do cold calls, I couldn't do sales calls, I couldn't do meetings with the clients because I couldn't talk. So I really couldn't work on the business with what I had going on with myself, but there's no excuse. We can't still get to 10k with about 10 days left. Now, what I wanted to do was I wanted to get on and explain to you guys the game plan. How the hell am I going to pull $9,000 out of my ass in the next 10 days, right? Is it possible? I don't know. But are we going to try and make it happen? 100%. Now, one thing is, I do want to say that we still have $700 in the bank from the two clients we closed a couple weeks ago, the 500, the 250. So what that is going to be spent on, as I said, that is all going to go into our ad budget. We are going to pour all that money straight into ads. Now, second of all, we are going to film the ads that we scripted a couple weeks ago. Obviously, I ran through the whole scripting process with scripting ads through ChatGPT with you guys a couple weeks ago. That is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to film the ads that we scripted. Now, the third thing is we're going to update our website. Now, I said that I didn't do much on the business. There are two very small things I did because even though I couldn't speak and I was very sick and I was in bed, I could still launch the ad campaigns for the clients we had. So what I do have now is I actually have client testimonials. So we have client testimonials and we're going to add them onto our website. Now, moving on from that, apart from that, I don't think we have too much else on the agenda today. One thing I do want to do is I did record setting up an ad campaign for one of our clients. So I'm going to put that in this video for you guys so you guys can get an idea of how that kind of works. But I will say most of it's going to be blurred out because privacy reasons. I can't be leaking my client's personal information, right? And it's practically everywhere on when you're launching an ad campaign for a client. But aside from that, we don't really have too much else on the agenda today. We really got to get things pushing now because I got to pull $9,000 out of my ass in the next 10 days. But hopefully we can still get it done. I'm very excited to get things going. Let's get straight into it.
Now guys, I was not joking when I said I would have to blur out this whole ad campaign. I did say that I would show you guys how to actually do everything, but the only problem is that, as I was saying before, when you run an ad campaign and you're setting up the ad manager, you have to give them a lot of personal details. You got to input a lot of your client's personal details, like their name, their business address, all things like that, which was a big problem. So I can't actually show you guys how to set up ads manager for another client as much as I would like to, but maybe I'll be able to share a bit more of the whole setup process when it's actually me setting it up for my business whenever my editor gets those ads running. But this was done in 2 hours. Then I go straight into filming the ads.
All right, guys, we got the scripts pulled up right now, and I mean, we just gotta get them filmed, to be honest. They shouldn't take too long. They're all pretty short scripts, so we'll get a couple of them filmed, we'll smash them out, and then gonna have to edit them up and post them. So that is gonna be a long day. All right, let's get them filmed.
We're going to close out this video with a time lapse of me filming these ads. That's all I really did today. I fixed up the ad campaign for one of my clients and I filmed the ads, but that is the start of week 3. Let's see if we can run it to 10k.